Guys, we have made it. Look at this spot. Check that view.
Well, good morning, day 2. Had a good night's sleep in the tent last night. It got down to a low of about 37, not too bad. I think I slept for like 11 hours. I remembered why I switched to hammock camping. The tent is like comfortable, like I like being able to sleep on a floor and kind of sprawl out, but I'm primarily a side sleeper and I usually sleep on my side most of the night, and while it's comfortable as I'm going to sleep, I usually only last about an hour before I wake up, and whatever arm I'm lying on, the entire arm and shoulder is like has fallen asleep and is painful, and so I wake up, I have to roll onto the other side and then go back to sleep, and then an hour later repeat it on the other arm and just kind of go back and forth all night long. So it's comfortable for me sleeping in a tent, but it's also painful at the same time. Gonna drink this cup of coffee, probably brew another one, and then head out on the trail.
Pretty good spot for a breakfast. Got some organic whole grain raisin English muffins.
Just hanging out up here having my breakfast. I actually just heard a coyote howling out in the background.
All right, just coming across this little backcountry campsite. This is like directly on the trail. This is the trail right there, coming right down here. No picnic bench, got a little log bench, so it's better than nothing. Gonna pass this campsite by and keep on going another about 3 miles to another campsite that I've heard has a bit of a better view. So as often happens on winter trips where the days are short, I'm kind of finding myself starting to race against sunset a little bit. Got about 40 minutes left until sunset and still got a little bit over a mile. Still hoping to maybe find a campsite with a couple trees and do a night in the hammock tonight, but we'll see what we find when we get there. Guys, we have made it. Look at this spot. Check that view. That is actually the ocean. It's a little bit misty, but it is the ocean. Beautiful big picnic bench here. Another fire pit, although of course fires are not allowed. We got a little table over here. Luxury. Beautiful. And actually I might be able to hang from this tree over to that tree. Could be too far apart, but that would give me the perfect view. I might try that real quick. All right, so I did manage to get the hammock up. It's a little on the tight side. It's a little bit wide. I'd like it to be hanging down at a little steeper angle, but I think it's good enough for the night. So here we got the finished product. Got the hammock and the tarp set up, overlooking this beautiful vista as we watch the final colors of the sunset disappear. Maybe we'll get some sunrise colors in the morning. Basically got the tarp pitched pretty down low just because there might be some winds. We are pretty exposed up here on this top of this mountain. And then I do have my inflatable sleep pad, so we're gonna give that a go, see how it goes tonight. Probably gonna deflate it a bunch so it's like not quite as rigid and conforms to the hammock. One thing I do remember about trying to sleep with a sleep pad is that my shoulders can get a little cold. You know, if the sides of the hammock come up around your shoulders, and if you don't have your quilt kind of tucked around them, then they tend to be exposed to the cold air with no insulation, versus like an underquilt, which actually comes up around your shoulders. But yeah, got a little hammock set up. Gonna sleep in the hammock tonight, and pretty good campsite. Got my little candle lantern here. Doesn't put out a whole lot of light, but it kind of helps you sort of warm your hands up a little bit. I like to bring this out on winter trips, especially when the nights are long. Kind of a comfort item on those long winter nights. All right, into the hammock, feeling good, feeling warm. Got the inflatable thermarest underneath, and can already tell it's gonna be plenty warm enough. It actually kind of gives me a little bit more of a flatter surface than if I didn't have one, was using an underquilt, so maybe that'll be good. Feeling pretty stoked. Got to get back out into the hammock. Wasn't sure if I was gonna do that at all on this trip, or if it was just gonna be tent camping all 3 nights, but we at least got 1 night in the hammock. So that's probably the end of my report for tonight. We've had a great day 2, and I will see you guys in the morning. Good night. Good morning, day number 2. Had a decent night's sleep in the hammock last night. I was plenty warm enough. It dropped down to 32 degrees at the lowest, so got right down to freezing. I was warm enough. I was comfortable when I was not moving, when I'm just lying there sleeping, very comfortable with the inflatable sleep pad underneath. It was just that every time I changed positions, the sleep pad would like slide out into the wrong position. I would have to kind of like wrestle it back into position. So instead of just waking up, changing positions, going right back to sleep like normal, it was wake up, turn on the headlamp, spend a few moments wrestling the sleep pad back into position, turn the headlamp back off, lie down, and it was just kind of like that
extra moment would kind of like wake me up a little bit, and then I would have a hard time going back to sleep. And so I am gonna go ahead and get up, get some coffee going, get some food in me, and looking forward to day 3 of hiking here in Big Sur.
So today got about 5 miles or so over to the campsite that I'm kind of aiming for tonight, and it should be mostly downhill. Just kind of taking my time today. Another blue sky day, beautiful day, perfect weather. It's in like the low 50s. Couldn't ask for better hiking weather, and not really sure what we're doing on this trail as far as whether we're going to be by the ocean or really what we're doing. Kind of didn't really look at the map in too much detail, so we'll kind of figure it out as we go.